Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 18 of my 1 vs 4 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against 4 Emperor AI that are on a team against me, and I'm playing as the Shadow Elf Sorcerer, Malus Nightlord. In our last episode, we dealt a fairly devastating blow to the second of our 2 remaining opponents, Edward Portsmith here, who's a human dreadnought. We actually managed to take Edward's throne city here, the city of Wingistan, and we devastated his forces. We took out a number of his heroes, as well as a number of his most powerful units. However, we have Edward now on the back foot, but as you can see here, Edward still has a couple of cities. He's got this one up here, and then we know for sure he's got at least one city down south here. I think I can't remember exactly where it was, but I think it's right here. You can kind of see it. The edge of his terrain there. So this looks to be a fairly sizable city. So it's clear that he's got at least 2 other decently powerful cities from what I can see here, at least in terms of size. And obviously we didn't find Edward himself. So it's not clear yet whether Edward is going to surrender or if I'm going to have to continue pushing and try to eliminate him, maybe by killing Edward himself. And then on top of that, we still have Fai Dural, the Draconian theocrat, who is as of yet unaccounted for. We still don't know where Fai Dural is. My guess, if I had to venture one, would be further west here, either in the southwest or further, probably not here. There isn't really a ton of room. My guess would be down here somewhere in the southwest of the map, but we're going to have to find out. In any case, though, we're doing really well. We've got Edward on the back foot, so let's keep this going. However, before I dive into this episode, I did just want to give a quick shout out to Casper Eklund, who left a comment on the last episode. Casper pointed out, and this kind of relates back to a previous comment from Casper a couple of episodes ago, but in this battle where we were fighting for Wingistan, if you go back and watch the previous episode, what you'll notice is that there was actually a pretty distinct difference in the amount of damage that my Eldritch Horrors were able to inflict on the Juggernaut units that Edward had, the amount of damage that the Eldritch Horrors were able to inflict compared to the amount of damage that my Node Serpent was able to inflict. And what you'll see if you watch the episode is that my Node Serpents dealt far more damage to the Juggernauts than the Eldritch Horrors did, despite the Node Serpent being a lowly Tier 3 unit compared to the big bad Tier 4 units here that are the Eldritch Horrors. And there's actually a very good reason for this, and it has to do with resistances and the fact that we were engaging a unit that's a machine. So if we look at the Node Serpent here, what you'll notice is that the Node Serpent does actually the bulk of its damage via shock damage here, as opposed to physical. So it's about 2/3 shock and 1/3 physical, give or take. Whereas if we look at our Eldritch Horror, you'll see that it really doesn't do very much shock damage, and it's also doing a few other types of damage here, some blight damage, some spirit damage, and mostly physical damage. Well, the machines are resistant to blight, and I can't remember if Juggernauts are resistant to physical or not, but they are weak to shock. And you'll notice here that, again, because we don't have a ton of shock damage, we weren't doing very much damage to the machine. So the Eldritch Horror was actually a little bit less useful, still obviously a very powerful unit, but Casper had pointed that out in a previous episode, that as I was going up against a Dreadnought who was most likely going to have Juggernauts, it might be a good idea to have some additional Node Serpents rather than Eldritch Horrors. And Casper actually made, again, a very good point there, and you got to see it sort of play out in that last battle. Fortunately, I had just sort of overwhelming numbers and strength there, so I was able to dominate the battle without too much trouble. But again, if that had been closer, I would have probably benefited more from having Node Serpents rather than Eldritch Horrors in that particular instance. So great comment from Casper. Very astute comment there. The next thing Casper had mentioned is that in this battle here, in the last episode, when I sieged Wingistan, I actually did the battle in 2 separate engagements. So in the first battle, I took out about 2/3 of his troops, and then in the second battle, I took out the remaining third. Well, what Casper pointed out is that when you're engaging one city in multiple battles in a single turn, you can actually kind of benefit from taking out the gates of the walls in the first battle, and then when you engage the second battle, those gates will actually still be broken. And that will allow your units easier access to the enemy forces hiding behind the walls. Now, in this battle, I didn't really need to do it because I had so many units that were able to pass the wall here, like my Horrors, like my Node Serpents, another Eldritch Horror over here, Phantasm Warrior. I had a number of units that, Eldritch Horror right here, not to mention my Griffin Riders. I had a number of units that could bypass the walls without any issue. I didn't need to break the gates down. But if I didn't have those units, or I had more units that were, maybe my strongest units were the ones that couldn't get past the gates without, climbing the walls or something, then that would have been a really, really good idea. So that's a good comment to keep in mind from Casper there, is that if you're doing multiple battles with a single city in a given turn, there can actually be a lot of benefit to breaking the gates down in your first engagement, such that you free up those gates for the second engagement. And then, of course, once my turn flips over here, those walls will get repaired. So you don't have to worry too much about, oh, I'm leaving the gates open such that I'm now vulnerable in the next turn. That's not how it works. The city walls and gates get repaired as the turn flips over. So big thank you to Casper Eklund for those excellent comments. There's always a lot to learn there, so thank you very much. All right, let's dive into this episode. We've got a lot still to do, obviously. We've still got 2 opponents left for the time being. And we've successfully taken Wingistan. We're in the process of absorbing it. I now need to decide kind of how I want to allocate my forces here. So obviously, I could send some up here to try and take this city. The thing is, my hunch is that Edward is going to surrender. I don't know that for certain, but I have kind of a hunch that he's going to. So I think I'm going to split my forces up here a bit. I'm going to send Thanos and Tana south here. And I'm going to send Malus along the road. And then I think I'm actually going to send Elsa a little bit north. Again, my suspicion is that Edward's going to surrender, but who knows? We may have to actually hunt him down and eliminate him. So we've got our forces set up to do that. Now, when I left off last episode here, I think we had done most of our movement, and you can see that here, even most of our scouts have already moved. So let's do our research and everything else here in the meantime. Not to mention here, we did get a settler as well. We were able to dominate that settler, so we can set ourselves up another city if we can find a decent spot for it. Okay, so let's decide on what kind of spell we should cast now. We've all but eliminated the Dreadnought at this point. I mean, maybe I'm jumping the gun a touch on that, but I could now start summoning another Eldritch Horror. I would have it ready next turn, literally. However, I actually wouldn't mind getting this Shield of Dispassion. All my units gain +1 resistance. Since we're going to be fighting a theocrat, I actually think that might not be a bad choice here. So I'm gonna cast this. Just a little extra resistance. Again, you can debate whether that's worth it or not at this point in the game for me, but I am going to do it. I've already done it, I guess. I think now what we'll do is we'll summon our Eldritch Horror here. Again, it's going to take an extra turn since we did that. However, if we win a few battles, maybe we'll get some extra casting points back or something like that. So now let's think about what we want to do next for a spell here, or excuse me, for research. We've got a few options here. Healing Essence, again, an episode or 2 ago, Casper had mentioned that this would actually be able to heal my undead stacks if needed. So it might be nice to get that. Cardinal Culling here is a combat spell, and we do eventually want to get Chaos Rift, so I think I may just do this one. Target enemy unit and target enemy unit and every enemy unit like it has 40% physical weakness and -5 physical melee damage until the end of combat. That would be actually quite useful. Let's say you were going up against like a warlord or something who had a bunch of Manticore riders. This would be actually quite useful because you could just throw it on the Manticore Rider and then bing, bang, boom, you're good. So I'm going to grab this one. I mean, again, I may not need this spell particularly, but I do want to eventually try and get access to... I have other combat spells here that I could try and research, but maybe, actually, yeah, maybe we should grab some of these other ones as well while we're thinking about it. Yeah, you know what? Let's grab Arcane Binding. I'm going to try and just grab all these combat spells here. Invade this one here. Arcane Binding invades the psyche of a summoned unit or unit of magical origin in the astral plane, giving the caster control of the unit for 2 turns. This spell can be resisted by units that are immune to mind control. So it's probably not going to come in very handy for us, but we'll get it done just to kind of finish it off. Okay. Now let's do our production, as we've still got a lot of cities here, obviously, and we need to kind of figure out what we're doing with them. So I think maybe here we will start forging another item. And I'm going to go for another healing item. I mean, it's probably not really going to come into play before the game ends. Would be my guess, just because this city is so far away from the front lines where my heroes are. But I think it would still be nice just to have. So let's pick, here we go. We'll call this Health Potion. So we will forge that item. There we go. So my plan here is to send this off to one of my heroes on the front line who doesn't have a healing ability. But again, by the time that's ready, it may not even be worth it. But we're going to do it anyway. We'll start working on a great temple here. Again, we're going to just really push to get more casting points. We've already got 200. We're just rolling in the casting points. But can you imagine if we can get up to 250 and we can summon literally an Eldritch Horror every turn? I mean, at that point, it's like, you know, I wouldn't want to be my opponent at that point in the game. So, I mean, I wouldn't want to be my opponent right now, to be perfectly honest with you. But I'd just be that much more powerful. I'm just looking around Yathlon here to see if it's worth maybe going for extra domain radius here if I was to build a wall. Maybe we'll just do merchandise in this city. We don't really need much produced there. Up here, in Chiron, we're working on a siege workshop. Let's go over to Asper Sen here. This is our Draconian city. Yeah, I think we're going to just work on... Maybe let's do public baths there. Because we want to get ourselves a palace if we can. Alright, Wastanoth here. We don't have anybody guarding the city currently, so it might be nice just to build a unit to defend the city. Geez, we don't really have very good production in this particular city, as everything's going to take... Everything I want to build is going to take 2 turns at least. Yeah, let's... Alright, well, what we'll do is we'll make a... I think maybe we'll make a Stormbow there, High Elf Stormbow. Just to guard the city. As it is kind of on the front lines, as you can see. Alright, back to Birneth here. Birneth, I think, now has a palace. Yes, it does. Has a grand palace. So we've pretty much got everything we need in this particular city. Maybe we do a Sorcerer's Conflux just so that we have the option of making apprentice units if needed. That might not be the worst plan. Although, you know what? We can pump out Griffin Riders in 1 turn, so let's do that. Holy cow, that's pretty fantastic. Oh, and did we move our fire... Oh, we haven't moved our Fire Dragon yet. Okay. So you can see this guy here. We're getting him into the fight as soon as we can. It's going to take him a while to get there, but we're still working on it. We've got another Fire Dragon on the way here coming out of that dwelling. Back to Hif here. Let's see what we'd want to produce. So again, in Hif, we've really done kind of everything we need, honestly. I suppose we could do an Arcane Item Forge and just get some extra knowledge income. But at this point, yeah, we've really kind of maxed this out. You know what? Let's do that. Why not? Okay. So So that takes care of most of this. Now we do still have movement left with our little undead stack here, and they're actually getting to be quite powerful, as you can see here. We've got a gold metal ghoul watcher. Our brew brother is now a champion level support unit, which is keeping the stack alive via healing. And obviously we've got our cadaver with resurgence. We've got our archon archer and a draconian temple guard, who are all getting quite powerful. Now here we go. If you look here, some of this structure is actually already explored. Now the question is, did Edward do that? Did Edward do that, or did Thanos do that, or did... Actually, I'm guessing our goblin, Tana, might have done that, just based on where we are here. Let's go back underground real quick. So based on the location, I would guess that that was probably Tana who cleared this out. Alright, so we'll just start kind of moving underground and see if maybe we encounter anything of any particular interest or import there. We've got this little archer here who's kind of all by his lonesome. I wasn't sure exactly what to do with him. Maybe we just start sending him kind of over to the front lines, get him involved if he can get there in time. This little guy here, we're actually going to send him back to guard this city, as we don't have anybody sitting there. This undead stack, by the time they get anywhere, game's probably going to be over potentially, but we will still keep moving them, and that's going to end our turn. So we'll end it there. It'll be interesting to see what Edward does, so let's kind of just end this one and see what happens here. Okay, so it is now Edward's turn. And again, the general trend has been I siege the throne city, I do some pretty heavy damage to each of my opponents, and then in the next turn they surrender. That's exactly what happened here with Thanos and with Tana. Tana first, and then Thanos, of course, as I've moved from the east across the map to the west. Okay, and we've got our little ghoul units here under attack from some lost souls. We can handle them without too much trouble. Although important to note here that these units are not able to heal themselves as they are ghouls, so any damage that we take is going to be a little bit annoying because we're not going to be able to heal from it. Not unless we get a unit in this stack that can heal, of course. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just put ourselves in defense mode, let them come and hit us here. Yeah, there it is. You can see we're actually taking a decent amount of damage, which is kind of unfortunate. There we go. Yeah, and our firstborn's going to take a bit of a pounding here. Oh, okay, they're going after my other units. Not a problem. And then we'll get to finish with our firstborn. So we took a little bit of damage, but nothing to worry about. And unfortunately, our scoundrel is under attack from some lost souls, so we're going to auto-combat that battle, as we really didn't have much of a chance there. We did get some good scouting done with that little guy, thankfully. And so it looks like Edward isn't surrendering. I'm actually quite surprised. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. There it is. So yeah, that's fully what I expected. I'm not shocked at all. Kind of following the same pattern, and again, I have such powerful units that he really just couldn't stand up to me. So we will accept his surrender. Very nice. And we've received a proposal. They would like to make a peace treaty with us. I will accept that. And let's just take a look at our alignment here. So we're now perfectly neutral, which is excellent. Let me know when you're ready to talk. They may want to become our vassal. We've had a few items arrive here, which is kind of good. So we have this quiver of poisoned arrows, which I think we're actually going to replace the shield with. We can sell this. Actually, before we sell it off, let's just see if any other hero might benefit from it. We'll equip this Jug of Eternal Joy to Elsa. That's now arrived there for her. Boy, yeah, having Edward out of the game is fantastic, as now we've really just got our single remaining opponent here, Fai Dural, the Draconian theocrat. Oh, and here we go. Here's Edward himself. So let's take a peek. So Edward doesn't have a shield, actually, as we can see here. So, yeah, let's send him the shield that belongs currently to Tana. We'll send this over to Edward. So this is excellent. We've gained a lot of heroes. This is well above the limit. I can't remember at the beginning of the game. I think I maybe set 4 heroes as my limit. But obviously, as I'm gaining them due to surrenders and dominates and whatnot, I'm getting tremendous benefit there. So, very nice. All right, well, that leaves us really with, like I said, just the one opponent left. So, oh, and here we go. Parados is wanting to become a vassal, so I will accept that. There we go. You can see here it's actually guarded by Fai, which is kind of funny because the city obviously got taken over at some point. So we now have a little Frostling city that's our vassal. Very nice. Outpost of Zambar has a quest available. Alright, sure. Tell me about the quest. End the Undead Scourge. If we do so, they'll become our vassal. Unfortunately, we don't really have anybody in the vicinity. I'm going to accept it and try and maybe send... I could send this stack here down there eventually. Obviously, I want them to clear out this particular city first, mind you. Once they've cleared this city out, maybe I'll turn them around and send them back down there. Of course, it would be nice to figure out where these units came from and shut that down so that we're not having to deal with this city getting taken over once again. So Edward Portsmith has lost. Okay, we'll have to remember that that quest is going. Okay, so let's see what else we've got here. Alright, so we can do a bit more scouting with our Obsidian Wyvern. Now, have we jumped into the Shadow Realm there? No, we haven't. So let's take a little peek through this Shadow Gate. See what we're up against here. Alright, so pretty much just a little bit of an island here. Maybe it extends further. We've got a spawning structure right there. So we'll head back through. I'm not seeing any domain of any of our Draconian opponent. So we'll just keep on scouting here. So where the heck is this guy? That's the real question. Again, my assumption would be that he's to the southwest here, but that may not actually be the case. So we've got this undead dwelling, which I would really love to eventually get in my control here. Have them be a vassal. We don't... What is that? We don't trust you enough. And... Okay, so it's part of it's the fact that they're evil. They don't like me that much. I would really like to get them under my control, however. So our theocrat here might be worth clearing out this watchtower just to improve our vision range. But we also want to clear out this inn and get rid of this spawning structure while we're down here. You know what? Let's use our scout maybe first. Looks like a dead end there, so I think we're gonna have to maybe come up and around here this way. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll just keep cruising down the road here. Got another city here. Ooh, look at this. Look at this scary looking hero. Let me know when you're ready to talk. We may have to just take that one by force. And you know what? To do that, we can send our heroes down here. Let's take a peek at that hero. I really like the look of this guy. Emeritus the Papa. He kind of looks like a pope almost. So he's a human theocrat. Oh, he's blood. Oh, he's got... Okay, that's from his sickle. But that's pretty cool. Could try and dominate him and maybe get him on our team. And you know what? While we're at it, let's send Tana down there as well. So we'll have to figure out a spot for our settler here. Try and figure out where we would get the most benefit from him. And you know what? It might be somewhere in here, maybe. Because there is no city in this area. So That may be our best bet for actually where we're going to have to set up a city eventually. Alright, we've got Aurelia here. I was basically just getting Aurelia to the west as quickly as I could. We have this Tigran Sphinx, who I believe I bought from that circus. Our rogue hero has taken this city over, so we can continue cruising here with her. While we're at it, though, let's go clear out this tomb here of Les the Almighty. So we'll do this real quick. Okay, our Eldritch Horror is going to be our vanguard for sure. Along with our Node Serpent, and our Knight will be in position here as well. Can actually move our Mystic over and drop a Nourishing Meal on them as they're a little bit worse for wear. Now, as we're fighting undead in this battle, we're obviously not going to worry about trying to convert anybody, because that's not really going to be possible. So, now we can finish off the Deathbringer, hopefully. There we go. And let's see what kind of damage can we do there. That's pretty solid. Killed the Lost Soul there. Very nice. We can move our Knight up. Our Mystic can advance as well. Can light up the Lost Soul a little bit. Ooh, big damage there, as you saw. And that's going to more or less do it for our turn. We can actually some of our we can hit and kill the other Lost Soul there, which is great. Now all we've got left is the Reanimator, the Caster, assuming the Reanimator doesn't. Yeah, there we go. So now we can move in and just get the kill here, no problem at all. And do we have any healing ability with his Lara? We do have Nourishing Meal, so I think maybe we'll... Actually, we got Ghoul Cursed there, as you can see. Not that it's going to matter since we're going to win the battle here, but we'll throw a heal on our Nourishing... Or, excuse me, a Nourishing Meal on our Node Serpent. And yeah, we can't dominate them. As much as I would like to get an Archon Caster, that would be pretty cool. But not able to dominate the undead. Assassin Stiletto of Silent Murder. Inflict bleeding wounds, armor-piercing backstab, +1 melee strength. Actually, pretty decent weapon. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sell this for the gold. Because by the time I get that to somebody, I just don't think it's necessarily going to be worth it. Now, have we gone underground through this little portal here? Let's take a peek. We have. There's a Sphinx Temple and a Foundry down there, as well as a city. So, might be worth actually sending somebody down there. So let's get our rogue hero set up to maybe go down there. We now actually have enough to summon our Eldritch Horror, which is great. So we can do that. Oh, and look, Edward had a cannon and a knight and a bunch of other units there. There's also an Archdruid here, Shane the Pathfinder. So we have the opportunity there to maybe grab a couple of heroes if possible. Alright, let's do our Theocrat now. So we'll clear this structure out, and then we should probably take out the spawning structure, and then we can turn around and maybe go grab that watchtower. I don't think we'll have enough movement to do all of that, but we really want to find out where Fai Dural is, because obviously we're in a good position to basically take him out as well. Tried to convert the Mammoth Rider, didn't work. It was kind of a half-hearted attempt there, since I wasn't really necessarily that interested in having him, but we did get him in a net, which is good. There we go. And let's get our Knight involved here. Very nice. Some big damage there. Okay. Now, Virix here, we're going to use some healing. And I think we're gonna go heal our knight, who's in the worst shape at the moment. And then we can flank the little raiders there who just got obliterated. Move in and attack the Mammoth Rider a bit. Do some more damage there. Very good. Then we can move in and get the finish. And we can get the finish there as well. Very nice. Nice and clean. And let's just take a peek in here and see if there's anything worth buying. Can get a big beetle, but I don't know if that's really going to be of that much use for us. Maybe what I'll do, I might just buy the half-breed here just to have a scout. And what I'm going to do is just send the half-breed down this way. Again, I'm really just on the hunt for Fai Dural. Alright, so let's head up here. Now, I am a little bit optimistic here because I'm seeing volcanic terrain. And as Fai Dural is a Draconian, that would be a positive, as that's where you're generally going to start. So let's engage this battle here. Just up against some pesky undead who need a kill in here. Alright. So our move first. We're going to drop a heal on our Node Serpent. And we're going to just charge kind of everybody in more or less here. Because we've got Divine Justicars, so we don't really have to worry about dying. Ooh, there's that Wail of Despair from the Banshee. Alright, so we'll move up, and we can hit him with some Spirit Ray, get the kill probably. Yep, Holy Champion doing work there. Very nice. Very nice. And we're just moving everybody up, taking out these pesky Lost Souls as they come at us. Alright, so we'll move up just a bit here. And rather than try and do any damage, I think we'll just bestow Iron Heart, drop some more health. There we go. Keep healing up our units, basically. And we'll just move up like this. Get the kill there, no problem. And then we can charge in and get the kill that way. And just like that, we cleared out the spawning structure and some pesky undead that were floating around. Darkbringer Gemstone. Urban Concealment. Not really needed for us. We're going to sell that for gold. So now the question is, rather than clear out that watchtower, do I maybe just go explore this volcanic area a bit? I think that wouldn't be the worst idea, so I think maybe we'll do that. There's actually a Sphinx Temple right there that I just noticed, so we can go clear that out. Now, as for where to summon this Eldritch Horror, Casper had suggested maybe adding it to Virix's stack here, and I think I'm going to do that, so we'll summon it right here. And you know what, we can even use it as a bit of a scout here and just do a little bit of peeking around here, but we're going to park it right there. And our Fire Dragon, oh boy, I can't wait to get this Fire Dragon involved. I just think they're really cool units. I mean, it's a dragon, how can it not be cool, right? Okay, so we've got to decide on kind of a few other things to do here. We've already moved our theocrat. That's our little scout there. We've already moved this scout. So we've just got some more kind of little bits to do here. Again, we're just kind of getting our units involved here as best we can. This little guy was scouting up back here. Oh, we do have a scoundrel brigand hideout there. Like to get rid of that eventually, of course. And we've got these dwarves here. I remember I kind of made a mistake last episode where I went to siege the city and I didn't realize it had a wall. My units aren't exactly the best for kind of dealing with that type of situation, so I think what we'll do instead is we'll just kind of ignore them for now. In the meantime here, we're going to just keep scouting. We'll go check out what's up north here. Maybe we'll even go this way a bit. There we go. And with this stack, I think what we'll do is we'll actually head over and clear out some of these structures. Actually, let's use our Lost Soul to engage this battle. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use my Harvester to grab some larvae, and I might even try and raise a corpse with my Reanimator, just to have some extra units to kind of assist me when it comes to sieging that Dwarven city. Alright, do your worst. Let's see if they attack us. Nope. It'd also be nice to evolve this baby Shock Serpent here. That would be ideal. Again, we're just going to kind of get ourselves in position here. See if they... I want them to bite and come and attack us. There we go. Perfect. That's what I was waiting for. Perfect. Okay, and our Lost Souls took damage there real well. We can light up this Mammoth Rider with our Blessed Arrows. Very nice. And of course they're resistant to the frost damage that our units do, so bit of a bummer there, but we can manage that. Now, important to note, when these Royal Guard die, they explode, so we want to remember that, of course. Oof, and our foot soldiers there took a pretty heavy beating, actually. What kind of damage can we do? Not that much, so let's just drop a heal instead. And I think what we'll do is we'll actually take our Lost Soul and tie up the Royal Guard there. Hopefully that's enough to keep them occupied. And our Shock Serpent here can just move up like this. Oh, and they went... Okay, that was pretty smart on their part. Alright, so our Shock Serpent now can actually move around and flank the Ice Scrapers there. So we'll advance like this. We'll turn the Royal Guard that way. And then we can move in and get the kill. Unfortunately, that's going to blow up and hurt us, but not too terrible. And then we should be able to get the kill. There we go. Very nice. And now we can grab a corpse there. Very good. Do a little bit of damage to the White Witch. We'll actually move ourselves over here. Our new larva just taking a bit of a beating there, as you can see. And we'll actually jump over here and grab that. This is still on cooldown, so we're not gonna use that yet. Let's blast the White Witch a little bit. And we can actually move in and blast the White Witch some more. Very nice. And then can we get the kill here? I think so. Well, we did take a bit of damage, but nothing too devastating. Very good. Got some items here. By the time we would be sending it over to our heroes, I just don't think it's worth grabbing them, so I'm going to just sell these off. Even though those, like, you know, a decent chess piece would be good for our hero, I just don't think it would have as much benefit. So we'll move over this way, because we obviously want to clear out this spawning structure. We don't want to be right next to it, so we'll end there. Alright, and we've got Vraxen here, who has cleared out the Raven's Keep. We're now going to grab this Heart of the Tropics, clear that out. So let's take this out here. We can actually maybe even get a builder over here and end up with some extra casting points out of the deal if we put another fort over here. Okay. So we don't have to really worry too much in this battle. We can kind of just charge our units in there really pretty aggressively. Go for some petrifies. We did get one. Very nice there. Come in and drop our defensive strike. Very good. And let's see, what does Vraxen have? He does have Banefire, which is a pretty solid ability. There we go, getting the kill, no problem at all. Yeah, Carrion Bird's not really going to take much damage there. That's alright. Okay. Carrion Bird going for Vraxen. Kind of annoying. We'll jump around here and, yeah, get the kill, do some big damage. And importantly, we're also getting some of our casting points back when we killed that carrion bird. Very nice. There we go. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't mind grabbing these Naga. They are pretty decent units, so what we'll do here is we will... Now, they are in defense mode, so it's probably not going to work very well, but we'll Shadow Step in behind. We didn't get the Ghoul Curse. That's okay. We'll just get the kill. And, of course, Phyraxin has Undying, which is why I wasn't as worried about him taking damage. Alright, so we can head down this way. We can clear out this particular structure. Circus here. We'll just kind of do this one quickly, get these units taken care of, no problem. Shouldn't be in any real danger here. Our units are so freaking powerful at this point that really don't have to worry about all that much. There we go. And then we can basically fly ourselves in. Go for a Petrify. We actually got it despite having a low chance. Very nice. And Phyraxin himself, he doesn't have a way to heal himself because he does have lifesteal, I suppose. But unfortunately, he is not undead because we are not a Necromancer main. Like, our main leader is not a Necromancer, so our heroes are not Arc Liches. And currently, the only type of healing he has is Heal Undead, so can't heal himself. Kill off the Chariot, and fly back here and kill off the Prowler. Kill the Cheetah. Very nice. That takes care of that. Is there anything we could buy here that would help us? Not particularly. I was hoping maybe they would have a Brew Brother who could heal this stack here. Let's see what else we've got down here. So this looks like pretty much a dead end. Yeah, from what I can tell. Lots of... Actually, wouldn't be bad putting a city down here, though. We've got a lot of different structures. We'll group our unit up again. So... that's going to take care of most of our movement, I think. There we go. We'll get this guy in the city. All right, well, let's do our research here. We've got 837 coming in every turn, which is pretty incredible. Unfortunately, kind of wasted on a lot of these, like, weaker spells. But let's do Cosmic Spray here. Units within a 1-hex radius around the target are dealt 4 of kind of every damage type, which is pretty solid. So we'll do that. Let's keep working on that. Yeah. Let's see if anything else kind of interesting has happened. We'll just basically just go around and do production now. So back to Yathlon. I guess we'll build a wall because why not? Over to Chiron here. So Chiron, we actually now have access to this Forgotten Throne, which is, again, very, very, very cool. That's from a few episodes ago. But again, I think we're just going to focus on getting ourselves a... Oh, and it's a shame we're at 98. It'd be great if we were at 100. Then it would be... A lot of these things would be only one turn. Now, building the stone wall, that might actually help us. We'd get the tombs. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll expand our domain here with the stone wall. Ooh, the only thing about that, though, obviously, is that's not getting us closer to a palace, but we're going to get the tomb with the extra income from that, so I think that actually ends up being worth it. Ambrudor here. Ooh, a Temple of the Eternal Serpent. That would be kind of cool from this lost city here, but I think we'll just do an observatory. Yaka Ulth, our little Tigran city here, we'll also do... We'll do a Builder's Hall, get that going. Dumbkin over here, little Draconian city. Let's do a temple. Woestick, which is our halfling city up top, or in the middle here, I should say. We'll do an observatory. And this is our Tigran outpost over here. We'll do a siege workshop just to really improve our production capabilities. City's got pretty solid production for how small it is. We'll do a storehouse here. That's quite quick. Beerneth here. Again, we've kind of got everything we need, so we'll send this flying unit in to go and help out. I think we'll just do merchandise for now, just save a little bit of our money. Isfar here is ready to do something else. We could do a great temple or a hospital. Again, we're stuck with that 98 production. Kind of frustrating. If we could expand our boundary, our border here, we would get these haste berries to improve that. I think we'll do the Masters Guild. And Malus can actually move, so I almost forgot about our heroes up here. So Malus can actually head over and grab this. And we're just going to kind of charge over this way here. Let's actually go check out the Shadow Realm, maybe. We could clear out this Castle of the Lich King as well. And you know what? Let's head up this way. We can maybe take the city. See if we can capture it. Edward himself here will maybe send along with Malus. Probably should have grouped them up better rather than having Edward one movement away. There's our little undead stack. Now this little group here can do some damage, so we've got a Ghoul Fallen Angel there. Very, very powerful, obviously. Here's our little priest. Our priest was moving to join that stack up top, I believe. Now we eventually want to do that quest for this city. So I think maybe we'll send our priest down this way to actually go and help out with that. This little guy can guard the city, as can this little guy. We've still got this archer kind of just cruising across the land here. I think we'll continue with that. Very nice. And we did manage to capture this Griffin Rider. I think we'll just kind of have him make a beeline here to the west. Maybe go kind of help out with this settler a little bit. Same goes with this unit. Send him over there as well. We're just kind of getting fast and loose with this a little bit here. We'll jump through the Shadow Gate. So now we're up top. So our little builder here, again, it would be great to try and get some extra casting points with him if possible. And we can also now cast another spell, so let's see what would be useful. Obviously, just more Eldritch Horror is always a good choice. Yeah, I think that's what we'll go with at this point. We're just building ourselves absolute monstrosity doom stacks here, basically. So that's going to do it for our turn. Again, I'm just really surprised we haven't encountered Fai Dural yet, but there is that entire southwest corner of the map that we haven't really explored, so. And it also is entirely possible that as a Draconian, that Fai Dural has actually spawned his throne city in the Shadow Realm. Because Draconians, aside from Shadow Elves, Draconians are the only other race that actually have resistance to the Shadow Realm. They have a Shadow Walker. Oh, that's unfortunate. And there's the danger when you send units in by themselves. Of course, I've learned that lesson multiple times, but it seems like I always seem to forget it. So, yeah, we'll just let our unit kind of die. And there's our other scout getting just obliterated here by some undead. Obviously, very powerful units probably coming from underground, I'm guessing. We will just do that one with auto combat as well. So we are getting a little bit in the mid to late game here. So obviously the roaming units are pretty powerful. We'll do this one manually here just to take out this pesky nightmare here, who's in need of a killing. There we go. Let's move our archers up. Obviously, we want to keep our Griffin Rider back because he's in rough shape. Huh, interesting. Tried to kind of run by me there and just got smacked. I think he was going in to attack my hero, so it didn't work out too well for him. So we've got Emeritus the Papa and Shane the Pathfinder, so we'll send in both of these. Actually, we could probably just do the one stack, but we'll send in our armies there to deal with them. Ermendal now wants to make peace with us. I'll accept that offer. And yeah, let me know when you're ready to talk. Yathlon has become a metropolis. Very nice. Aurelia, Arcana's vampire spider egg is hatched. So let's take a look. We'll give her lifesteal, improved wall climbing, blight protection, night vision, greater webbing touch, instead of overwhelm, night vision, arctic concealment, and frost protection. I mean, this is a pretty good mount. Probably better than the warg. Although, this might actually be better served with, like, Edward, for example. Let's go take a peek at our other heroes. I don't actually know if any of them have mounts. Oh, here we go. So Thanos doesn't have a mount. And as a warlord, he's, you know, more likely to be getting into the fight. So let's actually send the vampire spider over to him. So we'll send it to Thanos. That's actually very good for him. Excellent. And we can actually, I think, equip that. Yes. There we go. Well, we have a few other items that have arrived to him. Right, and he's gotten this golden blade of the Master Assassin, which is way better than this ceremonial spear there. And then he's going to have healing as well eventually. So he's really kind of improved quite a bit. Let's just double check that sword again just so we see it. Assassin Strike, inflict bleeding wounds, inflict severely poisoned, backstab, and some extra melee damage in the form of physical and blight. Very, very powerful. So yeah, we're going to probably start working on Thanos getting upgrades to make him able to kind of be more of a melee tank kind of character, I think. Alright, so yeah, I really want to find Fai Dural, so let's just keep hunting around for him here if we can. And we don't want to lose our scout here. So we've got lots of independent cities, it would appear. I'm starting to think he almost has to be in the Shadow Realm at this point. You know what, we're going to use Edward as a scout here. Let's go take a peek. Yep, there we go. Okay. So that answers our question as to what's going on. And so we're going to completely ignore that Castle of the Lich King, and we're going to charge in here to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, so it's exactly right. So that's why we haven't seen much of Fai Dural. He obviously his throne city must be in the Shadow Realm. I'm not going to say it's a guarantee, but at this point I don't really see how he could have spawned anywhere else. Just based on kind of what we're... Ooh, this is actually pretty powerful. I don't really want to deal with that. So, got another hero here, Lucius the Beastmaster, a druid. He's got his horns there, and he's riding a spider. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, can we just attack this without attacking the city? Let's just take a peek. Yes, we can. Now, it's saying we're closely matched, which I very strongly disagree with, so we'll do this one manually, and we'll see if we can maybe grab that hero using Dominate. Ouch. Oof. Well, there goes our Brew Brother. That's kind of a shame, as that was our healer for the stack. Can we get the stun? We cannot. Dang. I was really hoping for that. Of course, our Shadow Elves are going to be weak to that fire damage, which is kind of a bit of a pain for us. Alright. And our Eldritch Horror isn't really going to be that helpful in this, unfortunately. Now, what is a flashbang? Can that kill the cannon? Not quite, hey? Although it already shot its attack, so I don't think we have to worry too much about it killing us here. What if we... Will that get the kill? No, it won't. So yeah, we're just going to stay back with Elsa then. No sense getting in there and getting killed. Oof. Boy, okay, we are actually taking a bit of a beating here. Alright, let's move up here a bit more. Let's go for the stun. Didn't get it. I'll have to take the damage there, unfortunately, yep. Now, it would be great to light up this cannon. Very nice. Let's go in. Oh, we can't dominate. I should have looked. Does he have mind control immunity? Oh, he has strong will. I didn't notice that. See in there, that's my fault. I should have looked at that. This was kind of a pointless battle because my whole incentive was to try to make myself a new friend. Oh well. I mean, all we ended up losing was the Brew Brother, which is a pain, but not the end of the world. However, it wasn't a total loss because now we get some really good items out of this. So we get the mount, which is excellent. Hunter Spider mount. I'll take that. We get the chicken, so we can do that. We get a bow and a Whip of Tough Love, which is a mythical weapon item. First strike and melee damage. Yeah, I'll take that. And I think we can just sell off the spear. Alright, so now let's just kind of head back this way, because I don't think we're strong enough to take that on. Alright, so those are the items that we had arrive. Very good there. We did have a shield here for Edward, which we will equip. Very nice. We have a join offer here from this little elven city. I think it's time for you to join our empire. Sure. We have to be careful. We're starting to get pretty good. We've already got 75 good alignments, so gonna have to monitor that and just make sure that doesn't get out of hand. Be great to have a unit maybe head up there to just guard that city, so we'll send this unit up to deal with that. That's fine. Alright, this stack here. We're just going to continue kind of cruising this way. We can go grab this as well, the haste berries, to keep moving. Oh, alliance proposal. Become a oh. Well, that's interesting. Why did it... That's interesting. It said that we could, and then they don't trust me enough. So that's kind of bizarre. Oh well, no big deal. So, let's head over this way. There we go. And, yeah, we've got lots to kind of deal with over here. Alright, let's do this city siege because we want to grab this hero. And first, let's double check and make sure that he doesn't have strong will. Okay, this one doesn't. And that one doesn't either. So we actually do have the opportunity to try and get one of them. We only have the one unit with Dominate, so... It doesn't look like there's a city wall here, so... Alright, let's do this one. I think I'm going to go for the theocrat. When they hit us with those feral mounts there, you can see reduces our movement a bit. Nothing too crazy, but it is annoying. And what I am going to do, though, is I'm going to throw Last Stand on my Eldritch Horror, just so he doesn't take quite as much damage. And I am going to retreat with my Griffin Rider there, because he's in rough shape. Whereas these units can kind of move up here and give me a bit of a hand. Probably shouldn't have grouped them up since we've got that bell tower. Yeah, there we go. Fireworks. Hit me with the longbow. Alright, so we've got Shane the Pathfinder. Let's see what our odds of dominating are. 60%, 60%. Let's take a quick peek at them again. So we've got, again, our theocrat. Yeah, fairly standard theocrat from what I can see there. Versus our druid. I think I'd rather have the theocrat, honestly, just for the... Yeah, there we go. So we got the theocrat. So now as long as they don't dispel that somehow or hit our kill off our horror, we should get to keep it. Provided, of course, the battle only goes 3 more turns, which I think it should. Don't think it'll be longer than that. We could even throw Bestow Iron Heart on our Eldritch Horror here, which I will do. And then we'll move our Griffin Rider in just to guard those. That's interesting. The bell tower still hit me even though I'm kind of past the line there. Ooh, and our new hero just took some punishment. Fortunately, we'll be able to move in and deal with that. There we go. Very nice. Alright, so now we can move our mounted archer in a little bit more, do some more damage. A little bit more there. And then that actually should allow us to basically just move in and get the... Oh, we might not get the kill here. Oh, we did. Perfect. Very nice. Alright, and just like that, we got ourselves a brand new hero. So we are now absolutely just flooded with heroes, which I am not at all complaining about. That's quite nice. Oh, and a bow. I'll take that for Thanos. Nice to have. Okay, so let's just take a peek in the Shadow Realm here real fast. That's underground. So Shadow Realm here. So it's in the northwest corner is where it would appear that our final opponent's domain is. So we kind of want our heroes to maybe head actually up north rather than to the south. So maybe we go up and go through this one as well. So let's maybe do that. We'll start sending everybody, kind of just send them all up that way. We're just going to kind of charge in that way. Try and put an end to this. We can send this unit down just to guard the city. City awaits its fate. We will absorb this one as well. Don't want to make the humans too angry. And so yeah, this is going very, very well at the moment. We now have a location for Fai Dural, which I'm quite happy about. You know what? Can we... You know, if we leave these 2 units out of it, we could actually raid this turn. And you know what? Let's do that. I think we'll be just fine. Now, I can't recall. I believe the Watcher has mind control immunity, as does the Tigran Sphinx. Let's just double check that, make sure I'm not... Yeah, there we go. I thought so. And the Sphinx also has mind control immunity, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it does. So we're not going to be able to dominate either of those units. So it may actually end up being a better option to... Let's see, can we hit... Yeah, we can hit all 3. Very nice. Maybe a better option to just try and kind of get some kills rather than worrying about dominating some units. There we go. Big damage there. We'll move in and get the kill with our Node Serpent. And we'll keep Virix back just because I don't really want her getting in any trouble. And when I line my units up like I probably shouldn't have, not that it makes a big difference at this point. My units have Resurgence, so not all that concerned really. We froze the Sun Guard. Got the kill there. Got the kill there, no problem. Very nice. And you know what? I'm actually going to sprint myself over, get in behind here, and tie up the Sphinx as well. Very, very nice. Ooh, hit us with that Doom Gaze, which I'm actually going to then have to move over and just get some heals going. Very good. And again, we can't dominate, which is a shame, but we can just move in and get the kill. Very good. We did get a level up there with our Eldritch Horror, which is nice. Gazer's Eye, sure, I'll take that. It's a usable item that gives Petrifying Touch, Doom Gaze, and extra range damage there, along with some big knowledge dump. I will definitely take that. There we go. Alright, so... yeah, that takes care of that turn now. Or this unit's movement, I should say. And we now have quite a bit of extra knowledge income there, so we can probably do some work with our research here. So maybe... I think we'll do that maybe in the next episode, as I want to just make sure I've kind of moved everybody. Yeah, like Varaxen can still move, so I can use him to maybe clear out all these structures and get a city going down there or something. I think I'll start moving this stack up this way, however. There we go. Whereas Varaxen can move down here and just start clearing things out. I'm going to see if I can grab that Node Serpent real fast here, and then I think we'll call it an episode. I would like to try and Ghoul Curse that Node Serpent just to have another decent Tier 3 unit. Okay, we're going to fly in and go for the Petrify there. Didn't get it. Now let's use our rallying. Yeah, we'll inspire our hero. Oh, just obliterated there. Very good. Attack the Phantasm Warrior a little bit. Excellent. Then we can go for some Despair. We did get one there, which is great. Let's move in a bit more. Try for some more Despair. Got another one. And then we'll jump in behind here. 70% chance. Hey, we got it. Perfect. We'll send our Bone Collector in. Killed off the Node Serpent. And that'll do it for our turn. There we go. So we did get the Node Serpent. Nice extra Gould unit. Sandals of Flight we do not need, so we'll sell that for gold. Yeah, we're basically just rolling in cash at this point. And what the heck, let's just do this battle real fast while we're here. Let's see, can we do this one in auto combat? Let's see if we can. Yeah, no problem. We actually got a level up with our Node Serpent there. Blight Mask, don't need it. Sell it for gold. Yeah, this is going quite well for us here. We can even head over here and clear this one out as well. We'll do No Mercy because we want the extra alignment more to the evil side. And we'll do this one in auto combat as well. Very nice. And we actually ghouled one of the... or we got a cadaver out of the one, so... thank you, AI, for that extra unit, I guess. And yeah, that's going to do it for our turn there, I think. So I think we'll call it an episode there. So we had Edward surrender to us. We now own pretty much the majority of the surface map. If we zoom back in over here, you can see that our only opponent left is Fai Dural, and we have a lead on where I'm pretty sure his throne city is, which is in the Shadow Realm here. And you can see that we've got at least 2 cities here. This one in particular, pretty promising, one of these 2 as being his throne. So we've got Malus and Edward here already in the Shadow Realm, and then if we jump back up, we've got Thanos leading a decent stack, Tana leading a pretty good stack, and they're both a couple of turns out, so they'll be in there very shortly. So things are looking pretty good for us. I think we're kind of circling Fai Dural, and I'm guessing Fai Dural's days are numbered. But, you know, we'll have to see. There may be an army of Shrines of Smiting that we're going to have to deal with. So, in any case, guys, I think we're going to save this one here. Boy, it's nice to see the map at the end when you've got all these cities that you just kind of have spread out and taken over the map. We're calling this one episode 18. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.